Go.
All right. So we are live. We are live in full effect, coming to you. And we're having these conversations with multiple different entrepreneurs, real estate investors, all kinds of people that are interesting. Um, we actually get a lot of questions afterwards. So you want to make sure to go in the comments and answer their
Hmm.
questions. But I'm here with Junior Timothy. Some of you guys may have seen him on my Instagram or Facebook, and I'm like, this is my brother, and they're just saying like, hey, yo, you're my brother, man. But this is actually my brother. This is my brother-in-law.
Yeah.
He's my daughter's uncle,
Hmm.
and we go back 26 plus years.
6 years, man. It's crazy. Time
Crazy.
flies.
And we've done multiple different ventures together,
Yeah.
and we've done multiple businesses together,
Hmm.
and we've both grown, and
Hmm.
you've become a superstar in the car industry, in
Yeah.
real estate. And
Hmm.
so this conversation is really about you, and we want to get to
Yeah.
know you and your story,
Yeah. Yeah.
and so we want to go deep.
Let's go deep. Let's go.
And we want to make, create a situation that, like, you know you know you can inspire people, because I
Hmm.
know you've had like your ups and downs, and
Yeah.
that's important. Like, we a lot of people talk a lot about the wins, but sometimes the some of the the roadblocks and the
Hmm.
setbacks is
Hmm.
what actually helps people move forward.
Yeah.
And if they can hear that from you,
Hmm.
then you can inspire a lot of people.
Yeah.
So this video here will live here for a very long time,
Hmm.
and so it'll be a conversation that you can share with, I mean,
Everybody.
with everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah. So first of all, who is Junior Timothy?
Who is Junior Timothy? You know what? It's a interesting question, because if you would have asked me that 10 years ago, it was a totally different answer. Because 10 years ago we still technically still had the store.
Yes.
You
Well,
know,
that 10 was it 10?
2008.
No,
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 actually more.
even
12. Let's say
12
12.
years. 12
12
years.
years ago, 2008. That's when I
Yeah.
opened on mine, and again, I wanted to conquer the world
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
that store. Kind of
Mhm.
just repeat what you did
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
with the downtown location, and kind of just like jump into that world,
Yeah.
and then even remember I used to do the freestyle battles,
Oh man, those were
and
huge.
there's
Even
huge.
you can find them on still on YouTube. They
Yeah,
got like hundreds of thousands of
yeah,
views.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
And
yeah.
even one of the kids that used to freestyle, now he's actually,
On
you know
BT, he was on BT
awards.
106.
I want to Six and Park,
Yeah, yeah, he won
and
that.
now he's on Wild and Out with
What's
Nick
his name?
Cannon.
What's his name?
Sharon.
That's it.
Sharon.
That's it.
And and it's just funny because when I see him, I look back and I'm like, wow, man, this kid actually started a
Yeah,
rugged culture,
yeah, 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 yeah,
and I
yeah,
feel good,
yeah.
but at the same time, the music industry, like I was even thinking of opening up a studio, and because there was different artists
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
coming to me asking me to, maybe like be the P Diddy of Ottawa, like I'll just show up in the videos,
yeah.
but life took a turn.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
I had to learn, I guess. The universe wanted me to learn a few things before. I think I kind of got ahead of myself.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you know what, and that's important
Hmm.
because um, you will never get the opportunities that you're not ready for.
Right.
And so sometimes the roadblocks and what the universe wants you to learn are for
Hmm.
specific reasons, so you can scale even further.
Right.
Because sometimes you need the lessons, and the only way to learn the lessons is
Hmm.
by learning the lessons.
I learned the lessons, and it was just crazy because, leading to closing the store, obviously, I had partners, and unfortunately, you know, those friendships didn't last.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And
And that's an important point.
yeah,
Like, getting around the people that have the same vision as you
exactly,
versus like people trying to go all kinds of different ways.
exactly. And that's the thing. And you know what? I had to learn who my true friends were,
Hmm.
who actually had the same vision or didn't want to take advantage of the knowledge that I had and everything. So that's the one thing I have to tell people. It's always good to go into business with your friends and stuff like that, but just make sure that everybody's on the same page, everybody has the same vision, everybody's hungry
Yeah.
as any other partners that you may have, you know.
Yeah.
So
Because then there's resentment, and it can ruin friendships
yeah,
and even family. Sometimes when family gets to into
yeah,
business together, and
hmm,
if it's not laid out clearly what everybody's responsibilities are,
hmm,
and people are not pulling their weight,
yeah,
and very difficult to talk to a family, someone in your family say, hey, you're not
yeah,
pulling your weight, and so sometimes you let it go.
yeah,
Then there's resentment,
right,
and then there's like ultimately, it'll come out, you know what I mean, and then you lose friendships, you
yeah,
lose, I mean,
yeah,
family members, you have
yeah,
like falling outs with family members. I've
yeah.
seen that a lot.
It's oh yeah. So that's why like that's what I had to learn. You know, like
Hmm.
it's almost like I had to refocus and kind of just understand who my circle was.
Hmm.
You know, and because I put a lot of heart, money into the rugged culture, and
Yeah.
to lose it
Hmm.
because somebody didn't have the same passion, the same hunger, you know, it took everything, you know. And
Yeah.
then even because of that, that also led, you know, to my divorce,
Hmm.
you know. So it was
So
just
you were I guess you were like frustrated from this, just all this
hmm,
falling out with your partners, and
yeah,
then you brought it home.
I brought it home,
Yeah.
and it wasn't good.
Yeah.
It was not good, you know.
Yeah.
And at the same time, that's all another thing I had to learn, you know, who again, who your partner is, who your life partner maybe it
Yeah.
might have been at the time, you know.
And
And
now you guys on the same page, and you share the same vision.
exactly, you
Yeah.
know, for better or for worse.
Yeah.
I mean that if you're gonna get married, it's for better or for worse. Doesn't matter.
Yeah. Sometimes there's a lot of worse, so you
Right,
gotta
there's
be
a lot
like,
worse, exactly. But you know what? At the end of the day, I had to go through my process,
Mhm.
and yeah, like I remember I had the car, I had the house, I had the motorcycles, I had everything. I was just
Mhm.
like, oh my god, I'm on
Mhm.
my way.
Mhm.
And then next thing you know, boom,
Mm.
everything is gone,
Wow.
and I'm like, wow,
Start
okay,
from scratch.
starts from scratch.
Mhm.
So
That's important. So, like, look, what is it that someone has to go through mentally to come back from a shortfall, or a situation where
mhm,
you basically lose everything?
yeah,
What has to happen mentally for someone in order to like continue to try? Because it's easy to fall back and stay
yes,
there.
oh, very easy,
Yeah.
you know. But at the same time, my daughter at the time was, I'm gonna say 3 4 years old.
Hmm.
So that was it.
Yeah.
That
So
was it for me. I was just
no
like,
choice.
no choice. I
Yeah.
can't
Yeah.
stay down.
Yeah.
There's a little girl watching me, and she's depending on me.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And then again, my vision, my passion, my goals were bigger than my failures to
I
this
love
day.
that. Make sure your goals are bigger than the failures.
Right.
If anything, if people can take, if you guys are making notes right now, make sure you write that down. But
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And till this day, it's always because, you know, again, till this day, you always, you know, you get discouraged or you're not motivated sometimes. But at the same time, it's just a question of what's the end goal, you
Mhm.
know. And at that time, that's what I had to think. I'm like, okay, you know what, I need to get back on my feet. I need to figure it out,
Yeah.
you know. Once you're a hustler, you're always a hustler.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
figure
Yeah.
it out,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know. And at that point, I felt like I needed a change. I needed a change in environment, and that's when I moved to Toronto.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what, I'm gonna remove myself from Ottawa because I found that Ottawa was too toxic
Hmm.
for my mental health.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I removed myself, and then I went to Toronto.
And so, a little bit on that,
Mhm.
and it really, it comes down to show me your friends, and I'll show you your future,
Oh,
right?
yes.
And what happens is, whatever the results of your life are right now, it's probably a reflection of the expectations of your peer groups,
Yes.
right?
Mhm.
And so change your peer groups, change your results.
Yeah.
But you can't do that. It's very difficult to
Mhm.
just break away and say, look, I'm just gonna walk around and not see anybody or whatever.
Can do
You
that.
all you almost, and sometimes it does help
Mhm.
to go somewhere new,
Mhm.
where you now have you're on the driver's seat
Yeah.
of who you meet and how you meet them
Hmm.
and who you're going to invest time with.
Right.
So it's just like a whole new experience.
Hmm.
Sometimes it can help. It can help, just like, you know what, go somewhere new, connect with new people, and it's like a fresh start.
Yeah, and that's exactly what it was. Because my circle, I lost again. The two partners with rugged culture were
Mm-hmm.
my two closest friends.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just like, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I don't talk to those two guys.
Mm-hmm.
So now I need to find. And again, obviously, I know a lot of people in the city, but when you lose the two people that you're the closest with,
Mm-hmm.
it's a lot.
Yeah.
And at the same time, going through a divorce too. So I'm
Yeah.
like, wow, the person that I thought was my partner for life, that didn't work out either. So it's just
Mm-hmm.
like everything I had to literally think about everything.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So then at that point, once I moved to Toronto, again, at that point I was also in the new relationship, and also that I had to learn how to deal with that. And Toronto was the best thing for me at that point,
Mm-hmm.
because you go to Toronto all the time.
Mm-hmm.
It's a city that moves. There's
Yeah.
money, boom, boom, boom,
Money's being made.
every day, every hour, every minute.
Mm-hmm.
So I felt like I needed to be in that mindset. And amazing. So that's when I got into the car business. Actually, I got into the car business before I moved to Toronto. And so once I moved to Toronto, I got obviously deeper into it. And that's where I'm like, okay, sales, cars. I love
Mm.
cars.
What do you love about sales?
You know, Sales is interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Reason why? Because every customer is different.
Mm-hmm.
So you may come to my desk and negotiate a deal, and it's the philosophy of how to close a deal that I love.
Mm-hmm.
Because you have a buyer.
Mm-hmm.
That person wants something from me, and I want something from them. Now we just need to come to terms.
Mm-hmm.
But now you're in control, or that person is in control.
Mm-hmm.
A true salesperson is always going to be in full control,
Mm-hmm.
no matter what.
Yeah.
Whatever objections comes your way, you're able to overcome it
Yeah.
that easily. Took me a little while to learn, but I love the process.
Yeah. Yeah. And then you're extremely successful at it,
Yeah,
and you went to the top.
I went to the top. I made it to a finance manager.
Mm-hmm.
In the car business, which I still do. I'm still actually in
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
in the car
Yeah.
business till
Yeah.
this day. But at the same time, now it's just a question of there's more.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
And then you started to get into real estate.
Yes.
You're also a mortgage broker.
Yes.
So, you got multiple streams of income right now.
Multiple streams.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why real estate was always a true passion.
Mm-hmm.
And again, seeing you doing your stuff with the group, I was like, you know what? I always wanted to get into real estate, so why not do this? And
Yeah.
then um, I have a friend of mine who told me she's also a finance manager at a dealership, and she was also a mortgage broker. She's like, you know what? A lot of mortgage brokers are finance managers
Mm-hmm.
because it's the exact same thing, but now you're doing it for houses.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, you know what? Yeah, why
Yeah.
not?
Yeah. Why not?
Why not? And then boom, I got into it, and love it. I'm
Yeah.
still learning that process.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's amazing.
Yeah.
And then now joining the inner circle,
Mm-hmm.
and now my next step is now, because even on Thursday, a lot of people are like, you need to get into commercial mortgages. This is the next big thing. I'm coming.
Yes, he's coming. He's
I'm
coming.
coming.
But if right now, if they want a mortgage, they can hit you up.
Hit me up. Hit me up. I'll help you out on your mortgages.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I do. So technically, my goal is to leave the car business.
Yeah.
I want to leave the car business aside. It's becoming boring to me.
Yeah. 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 Well, I mean, you always need to continue to grow,
That's it.
right?
That's
Make
it.
sure you better your best.
That's it.
Final words for our friends. Like, what do you got to share with them? What would you want them to know? I mean, I got about 1,500 subscribers,
Mm-hmm.
and I mean, obviously, you'll share this video to your platforms,
Yeah.
and I'll share it to my platform. So,
Mm-hmm.
what do you got to say to our people? Like, what what is your philosophy of life?
Life, because a lot of people, so life is like a chess game,
Hmm.
you know. Um, it is. And like I said earlier, you will fall all again and again and again and again.
Hmm.
People have different paths. Some
Hmm.
people don't even fall. They go straight from boom to success.
Yeah. Well, you know what? If you fall down,
Yeah.
you got to make sure that you land on your back, because
Mm-hmm.
if you can look up,
Mm-hmm.
you can get up.
Oh,
And
I like
so,
that. I like
you
that.
know what?
Yeah.
Like, the falling is part of the journey.
Yeah. That's it. So you just have to find your why.
Hmm. That's important.
Yeah. As long
Yeah.
as you know your why, you'll get up and
Hmm.
then you'll keep going.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what happened with me. I fell down a few times and I got back up,
Yeah.
you know?
If your why is powerful enough, it will make you unstoppable.
That's it.
Is that determination,
Mm-hmm.
right? If you're determined,
Yeah.
then that's a determination means no matter what,
No matter what.
you will do what you have to do,
Mm-hmm.
when you have to do,
Mm-hmm.
when you have to do it,
Mm-hmm.
no questions asked,
No
right?
questions.
That means you get up. I mean, if you guys please follow this guy on Instagram. I'm like, this is 5:30 in the morning. This guy is doing burpees and doing his exercise,
Clocking in.
clocking in. And so, I mean, that's inspiring, right? Like, I
Yeah.
mean, you wake up early, you're taking care of your body, and
Mm-hmm.
you're determined.
Yeah. And again, because my why is now I understand it,
Hmm.
and again, being surrounded by people that are successful is a beautiful and powerful thing, and even my girlfriend right now, to say what she's doing. She
Yeah.
went from working for a company that she hated for, I think it was 15 years that she worked for the company. And then now this past summer, she left her job and then now running her own business and making way more money.
Well, let's shout out the business. What kind of business is it? How can we get a hold of the business?
Piccolo parties.
Mhm.
If you need balloon decor in
Mhm.
Toronto, she is the girl. Follow her on Instagram, on
So this
Facebook.
is the Instagram pictures that we see. 18,
Right.
like, so.
All the balloon, the
Yeah,
garlands,
yeah,
and all
yeah,
that. I don't know how she does it.
yeah.
Personally, I see it.
It's on Instagram everywhere.
It
Everybody needs it.
everybody needs it.
Mhm.
So you're in the Toronto area, check her out. Piccolo Parties. She's on Instagram. She's on Facebook. Uh, yeah, she's amazing. When I say
Yeah.
amazing, she's unbelievable. But her story herself, maybe we should get her
Oh,
on.
we're gonna get her on
We're
this
gonna get her
show.
just
And
and it's amazing. So that's why being surrounded with people like that, um,
it's inspiring.
it's inspiring.
Yeah, yeah,
There's
yeah.
more to life than just working in an office 9 to 5, a job that you hate,
Hmm.
and waiting until you're 65 to enjoy life.
Yeah,
Why?
yeah. It doesn't make any
It
sense.
makes no sense to me.
Yeah.
Makes no sense to me. So
People say that you have one life,
yes,
right?
yes,
Uh, but actually, the truth is, like, people say, "Oh, you only live once,"
yeah.
right?
Hmm.
But I read this. I don't know, it was in a meme somewhere, but it really resonated with me.
Hmm.
Um, you actually live every day. You only die once,
Hmm.
right?
It's true.
And so I guess I know what they mean by you only have one life, but
Hmm.
ultimately, every single day you got to wake up, and that's a whole new day that
Yeah,
of
you gotta go get.
opportunity,
Yeah,
and doing all kinds of
yeah.
things. You know what
You
I mean?
decide what you want to do with your life. You know what I mean? You decide. You dictate
Yeah,
that day.
yeah,
You can wake up and be in a bad mood, and that's your day. Or you can be in a good mood and say, you know what, I'm gonna make things happen, and I'm gonna better my life. So whatever you need to do in your life, I can't tell you, he can't tell you. We can only guide you.
yeah. Well, we're here. I mean, like, people. This is a free subscription to this
Right.
YouTube channel.
Exactly. Right. So, but all I have to say is, yeah, figure out what your why is, what that is. If you need to go, actually, I would definitely recommend putting out paper
Mhm.
and then figure out a way to get there.
Yes.
And then once you figure that out, everything else will just fall into place.
Love it.
Obviously, you're gonna fall down, but you'll get back up because you know exactly where you go.
Yeah. So how can they get a hold of you? And what are your like? What's the like? What are all the coordinates where people can find you?
Facebook, Junior Timothy.
Hmm.
Instagram, Junior Timothy, the only one, the true, the real. Yeah, Instagram, Facebook.
Yeah.
I'm
So
on
you
there.
can give the you what if they're gonna reach out, what would they reach out for you for? Uh, you, I would say mortgages,
Mortgages,
investing.
investing. Yeah, because 2022 we're going big. We're going to the top.
Yeah.
You know, we're gonna. I want to get some really really good investors that are willing to do big projects. I have friends that are doing some big moves.
Mhm.
Guys in the inner circles
Yeah.
that are doing big moves. Um, we're talking that mortgages. Yeah, so if you're looking for residential mortgages, I
James is here. He
James,
love
love it, love it, love it. You
it.
know, and then doing mortgages. I'm also doing life insurance and stuff like that too. And I'm doing it all. I'm doing it all
so
because
so go see your boy here. You know,
yeah,
Junior Timothy. That's one thing about life insurance. You know,
yes,
and I have to tell you that at the beginning of my career,
hmm,
I used to say, well, I'm going to make so much money that I'm going to be able to be my own life insurance,
yes,
right? Like
yes,
I'm going to build enough equity
hmm,
that I can build build my own,
yeah,
be my own policy. You
yeah,
know what I mean?
yeah,
But what most people don't know is, the taxes, the transfer of assets to your family,
yeah, oof,
and and I can say this because I'm not an insurance person,
yeah,
but it is a vehicle for the wealthy to be able to create non-taxable income,
yes,
right?
yes,
And so, I mean, if you're just finding about, if this is something that resonates with you, again, I'm not an insurance person,
hmm,
but talk to someone about strategies, right? Because you could it is a vehicle for the wealthy
yeah,
to create non-taxable money that
yeah.
could be deployed into other investments.
So many ways to make money. There's so many ways to do anything in life. You just have to have the knowledge. You don't have the knowledge, then who you kidding?
Yeah.
Right. So at this point, it's something that I've seen too many people just living life to live life,
Hmm.
and then until something bad happens,
Yeah.
and then you're like, oh, you know what? I should have done this. I should have done that.
Yeah.
Be a step ahead of the game. Always
Mhm.
be a step ahead,
Yeah.
and actually do it. I've seen people. I had a friend of mine who passed away a few years ago, and didn't have insurance.
Mhm.
Left his kid with nothing.
Yeah.
You know, because you never think you're gonna pass away
No
at
one, no,
41 years
no,
old.
no one even wants to think that.
No,
Yeah.
it's a tough conversation to have, but you need to have it.
Yeah.
So at this point, I have that under my belt. Mortgages, again, I also do cars. So whatever car you're looking for, I
Yeah.
have all the connections.
And by the way, anywhere in Canada,
Yeah,
right? Because you set up the financing, you can do it all through the phone
through the phone,
and deliver the car.
deliver the car. But
Yeah.
that's mostly just in Ontario
Hmm.
because there's different legislations
Okay,
in
so
different
just
provinces.
if you're in Ontario,
Hmm.
you want to buy your favorite car, reach out to my man, because it doesn't matter where you are, you can deliver it.
Can deliver it.
Yeah.
I'll find you whatever car you want.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I do it all. People think I'm crazy, but that's just me. That's
Hey
my
man,
why.
you're hungry.
I'm hungry,
Yeah, yeah.
and that's what it is. So we're still young. I'm still able to move.
Yeah, man. Look at
So
the biceps, man.
look at the biceps. They're looking nice on this video. Like I like it. I like it. I like it.
I can't get mine to look like that anymore.
you
Hey
know.
guys, so we're here hanging out with Junior.
Yeah.
You know what? I think this is gonna. I think a lot of people are gonna get a lot of value from here.
Mhm.
If you're just tuning in, make sure to subscribe. Let me see. Ferrari, take a Ferrari and put it on the quadruple.
Which
You
one?
know, okay, so look, if you're just discovering us for some reason, maybe you've been under a rock, but make sure to subscribe, hit the bell to get notified. Not only do we do these kind of conversations, but I bring a lot of real estate value, business, sales, personal development. So the subscription is free. So
Free.
make sure to subscribe. That's it, guys. Junior Timothy, Alfonso loves you, and we're gonna see you at the
Top.
yes, sir.
All right. That was good.
Yeah.